Tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
The temperatures that we saw on Sunday were a distant memory today. I'll let you know if those are going to be coming back by the time we reach the weekend.
Plus, Caleb is to my southeast with your national forecast. All that as this Thursday's April 5th edition of Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back. Never get tired of that intro. I'm joined here by Jaret. Jaret,
Hey, Eric.
what's going on right now, man?
We had a wonderful March Madness tournament conclusion last night,
We did.
and that was just an incredible game. Did you watch that?
I watched the 6 last seconds of the game. That turned out to be the only 6 seconds that mattered.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
I saw Michael Jordan be happy and be sad and contemplate his own life in only 6 seconds.
Yeah, and it was a pretty cold finish for him, and that's kind of the kind of temperatures that we're seeing right now. If we go up on the map, we've got these really chilly temperatures across northeast Iowa. We're at 38 right now in Mason City, 41 in Waterloo, 44 in Davenport. It's a little warmer on the east side of the state, though, 64 in Council Bluffs. We've got some rain showers going across the state, but with those cold temperatures, some of that's even turning into some snow showers. As we move into tomorrow, we're going to be experiencing a pretty similar day tomorrow as we had today, with some light showers in and out and those heavy winds continuing. I'll tell you more about that coming up later.
Thank you so much, Jaret. And now time for tonight's weather story. On this day in 2000, very strong southwesterly winds gusted to a high of 63 miles per hour in Algona. Brought warm temperatures to much of Iowa, topping out at 89 degrees Fahrenheit in Glenwood, Shenandoah, Sidney, and the strong winds resulted in numerous wildfires and considerable soil erosion, with vegetation that was usually dormant with heavy snow would then fall across northwestern Iowa just 2 days later on April 7th. Now we turn to Caleb Wood. Caleb, anything interesting going on around the country?
Well, Eric, Major League Baseball teams are no longer in Arizona or Florida for spring training. They're now in their respective cities playing the real ball. I'll have more after the break.
Welcome back. We are now joined by the one and only Chief Meteorologist, Caleb Wood, with a look at what is happening around the nation. Caleb.
Thanks for the wonderful intro, Eric. As we look around the nation today, it was 56 in St. Louis, 42 in Chicago, a lot warmer down southwest, 90 in Phoenix, 75 on the coast in San Francisco. As we zoom into the northeast portion of the country right now, 25 in Syracuse, warmer down in D.C. at 43 degrees, 37 in Pittsburgh, and over in New York, 41 degrees. They're not enjoying the cold because the Yankees game was canceled yesterday due to weather. As we go down to the southeast, 75 in New Orleans. That's where I want to be right now. Pretty nice down there. 62, a little chillier in Atlanta. And as we go down to Florida, 73 down in Orlando. As we go to the southwest part, 88 in Las Vegas, 72 down in Santa Monica, and again, 75 in San Francisco. Perfect weather for the Giants game. As we zoom up to the northwest, 54 in Seattle, a little cooler up there. 61 is sunny at Salem, very nice, and 56 in Boise over in the Rocky Mountains. As we come back to the Midland here, back in the Midwest, it's 54 in Des Moines, a chilly 37 in Minneapolis. They're still dealing with the winter storm system that just missed us today, so we got a few drops here, but Minneapolis was getting a good amount of snow. 61 in Pierre and 58 down North Platte. As we take a look at our clouds and radar today, as I said, Minneapolis did get pounded a little bit by that snowstorm up to our north and east now. But the southeast is giving some clear, nice skies for their opening days of baseball. The northeast is getting back to more clear conditions. But again, the low pressure over North Dakota is still existent. As we take a closer look at this low pressure, we can see that on the warm side, we do have the rain coming down into Wyoming and south of North Dakota, whereas up in Canada, we have some mixing precipitation with the purple and pinks, and then transition all to snow later on. Current watches and warnings, we have a lot of red flag warnings down in the South Plains, down in Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma, because of the high winds and dry conditions down there right now. Whereas as we come on to the northeast, we have some wind advisories down in southwestern parts of New York State, coming right off the lake. And as we go down to the mid-Atlantic, we have some freeze warnings because of the rather chilly conditions down on the East Coast right now. The futurecast shows that we might get some rain coming tonight and tomorrow morning still here in central Iowa, whereas the northern Great Lakes region will still get a fair amount of snow from this low pressure system that affected us today. And as we continue tomorrow night, clearing down the southwest and the west coast and the Midwest with some precipitation still on the east coast. And as we continue into Thursday morning, cloudy conditions come back to central Iowa and the Midwest. And as we continue along our day on Thursday, again, same kind of sticky, just kind of nasty, not really anything too grand to look at here in Iowa. Some rain showers, some cloudy conditions, but down in Texas and up to the north and west, they'll look a little better. As we look at our highs tomorrow, 83 down in Dallas, 88 down in Phoenix, very warm for this time of year, even in the southwest. 70 in San Francisco, but as we come out to the east here in the mid part of the country, 45 in Chicago, which is below average for them, 46 up in Minneapolis, but a nice 61 degrees in St. Louis. Now I'm giving a shout out to Rantoul, Illinois today. It's my grandparents are from. Hey, Grandpa and Grandma. No. As we take a look, Wednesday we have a strong 80% chance of rain, but 60 degrees. Temperatures are on the decline through the weekend, but we get some patchy sun on Saturday before the clouds come back, but warm temperatures arrive early next week.
Thanks, Caleb. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question that your very own just made. On what date did the earliest ever recorded snowfall occur in Minnesota? Was it A, August 31st, B, September 14th, C, July 20th, don't be surprised, it's Minnesota, okay, or D, September 2nd? Now let's, Jaret, tell me what this week's going to look like.
Well, we've got cool conditions now, and I know a lot of people are really cranking to get those golf clubs out. I'll let you know if that's going to be a good idea after the break. Welcome back, and we had some really cool conditions across the state, especially in the northeastern half, where the high was only 38 degrees in Mason City, 41 in Waterloo, a little warmer to the south, 51 in Tumwa, 56 in Des Moines. And we've had those winds flowing across the state, giving us some cool conditions with 17 mile per hour in Ames, 17 as well in Davenport, 18 miles per hour in Mason City. That's keeping us with the cool conditions right now. It's 41 in Waterloo right now, 48 in Fort Dodge. Over in the western part of the state, it's warmer. It's 65 in Sioux City and 64 in Council Bluffs. Right now in Ames, it's 50 degrees, pretty dry conditions with those winds pushing the moisture away from us. And you can see over on the eastern half of the state, we've had some rain showers, but we're not going to stay dry for long. We've got some rain that's going to be moving into the state through the night and giving us some wet weather into tomorrow. So we could see that those showers moving through, and as we move into our Wednesday, here's that low pressure that's bringing in the rain showers. That's going to move through our Wednesday overnight into Thursday. And as we have that low pressure around, it's going to bring most of the rain to the eastern part of the state, Waterloo getting around 2/10. So we're not going to have any kind of washout in store for us. It's going to be mostly some light showers, kind of similar to what we saw today. But as we move through our Wednesday, we'll see some of that heavier rain arrive. And look at Waterloo, we're really rising there, and even 3/4 of an inch in Davenport. So if you're on the eastern part of Iowa, you'll see most of the rain. The western part of the state will stay rather dry as we move into our Thursday. Right now, we've got those winds sticking around as well, and that's why we have a wind advisory through the northwestern portions of the state. Tonight, 42 degrees, that wind sticking around out of the west-southwest with some isolated thunderstorms. And as we move into our Wednesday, we're going to see 53 for the high, still windy with those light showers sticking around, heavier to the eastern portions of the state. As we move through the week, we're going to have a chance for even some snowflakes on Thursday as we top out around 52 degrees, and then we'll be stuck in the 40s for the first part of the weekend, warming up nicely by the time we reach Sunday.
Amazing. Now let's take a look at another chance to look at that trivia question that you guys are all dying to know the answer to. So, on what date did the earliest ever recorded snowfall occur in Minnesota? Guys, any guesses here?
I'm guessing September the 2nd.
You know, I want to say July.
You want to say July? Oh my goodness, how wrong you guys are. August 31st, that happened back in 1949 in Duluth, Minnesota. They got a trace amount of snow, which melted very quickly, but guys, come on, August. That's kind of a rude time to start getting some snowfall. So, I mean, okay, we just got done with March Madness. Baseball is starting up. The NBA could not finish faster. I'm so
Yes.
tired of it already. What are your guys' thoughts right now in the sports world?
You know, I am such a huge Cubs fan, and they had a great game last night. Jake Arrieta had a great outing, and the offense was great. I'm really looking forward to Cubs
I hear all this mumbling. I don't know what it really means. I know the Twins lost.
They did.
They did.
Yeah,
What
that-
about,
They did.
are you a Cubs fan too?
Oh, I'm a huge Cubs
Oh,
fan
this
myself.
newscast is the worst. I am tired of this already. I need to go home very
But
quickly.
the Cubs are still spoiled with good weather, though, in Los Angeles. I wonder how they'll do when they come back to Chicago in the colder temperatures, you know.
Maybe they'll lose like the Twins did.
Or maybe they'll choke again in the playoffs, like they do every year for the past 100-something years. All right, well, that concludes our show tonight. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You can find every show online on YouTube and under Size Eyes on. Thank you again so much, and have a great Thursday evening.